Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grawlix Saves the World time.
All right, the Grawlix saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grawlix saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grawlix saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grawlix saves the world.
Just hear the jingling, ding, ding, ding-a-ling, ding.
For he's on Mary's lap asleep.
What? Ben, that's not... Stop. Stop, Ben.
What?
That wasn't even a Christmas song.
The babe, the son of Mary.
And I didn't... Adam, what? I didn't think you'd do a Christian tune.
This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing.
It doesn't even make me think of Christmas. It makes me think of being like led down to a dungeon in chains or something. Ugh.
Yeah, where Santa left all the gifts.
Welcome to the Grawlix Saves the World. I'm Andrew Orvidal.
My name is Ben Roy.
I'm Adam Caton Holland. I've never gone third. What a diss.
What a gift for me. What an early Xmas gift for me.
I'll just save the intro by saying this is the podcast where we better the world around us by bettering ourselves.
I have a feeling that those listening, you'll probably notice we're in a pretty good mood because
we are. It's a festive mood.
It's a joyous
it's
time.
It's the
of
holiday
year.
seas, baby.
Fall on your knees.
That's another good one. That's just like so dramatic. Like, what are we doing? Gifts now or falling on our knees? Which one is happening?
Both. You open your gifts from your knees.
Yep.
Well,
go ahead
you
and
got
say,
me that?
Get on your knees. It's gift giving time.
Surprise, I got you, my D.
Listen, not a lot of people are going to agree with this take, but I think 2020 has been one of my favorite years of my life. And I cannot see a better way to cap it off than with a Yuletide, with a great Christmas season. I just think this year's been fun, and like, what a final fun hurrah the holiday season's going to be. Right, guys?
I think...
I hate you.
I'm willing to bet. I'm with Adam on this. I think this is going to be a can't miss holiday season. I think it's got all the trappings of time spent well with family and friends.
Like if they were to make like a Christmas...
remember, you can't spend time with family and friends. So that won't be part of it.
Right.
That won't be part of it.
Because you might get them sick. But here's the thing. What if I spend time with somebody else's family who I don't care if I get them sick? You know what I mean?
People don't think about that. Yeah.
Like you can't spend time with your family. That doesn't mean you can't spend time with a family somewhere.
I also wonder, what are the COVID protocols right now at the North Pole? Now, are we swabbing elves regularly? Are we doing this twice a week? Because
Adam, you said you were going to tell him. You said you were going to tell him before we recorded this episode.
Ben, there is no North Pole. It melted due to climate change.
And Santa drowned in that big, thick, furry suit. You think he could swim? Nah, he drowned. And a polar bear ate his corpse.
And a big iceberg broke off, and it's coming to crush us all within the year.
Merry Christmas.
Well, here in Denver? The iceberg's going to come crush us here in Denver?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yes.
Ice-T and the Iceberg. Do you remember that was Ice-T's first group? Was Ice-T and the Iceberg, and that's what I like to believe.
No, I don't remember that.
With a tiny
we've gotten into
rat
such
tail.
surreal territory. I don't know what's real or fake anymore. Is that real?
It is real. Ice-T and the Iceberg was Ice-T's like first rap project.
Unreal.
Yeah, and
he was
my
like,
brother
I might need to butch this up a little. Now it's body count, and our hit is Cop Killer.
No, it was pretty dark shit. They had a audio.
Dude, icebergs? Think of how many people they've killed. Yeah, it's serious stuff.
I mean, just the Titanic alone. What's that? But it is the holiday season, and we are doing most of this podcast. These episodes, we're doing most of this podcast via Zoom or in parks, separated from each other. But we do run the Grawlix GloboCorp Corporation like a business. This
100%.
I mean, there are a lot of moving pieces. Adam and Andrew.
I've been to HR
this.
so many times.
I know
the HR is severe and frequent. That's for sure.
Yeah, but and Andrew, you are prone to health insurance scamming. And so I think that you having to go in there frequently is of your own doing. I don't.
Do you remember when he tried to tell us that he needed money for menopause? He needed extra money for menopause, and we gave it to him.
Yeah, I'm a man and I was pausing. So where is the lie? It's not my fault that you didn't ask for the definition when you
were taking a life pause.
Yeah,
we are crushing the improv today. I mean,
yes, we are. We really are. And I'm glad you said it, because if I said it felt like it'd be bragging. But you're like the voice of reason.
Yeah. I think what we should do is, because we run this like a company, because we tightened fiscally. We have fiscally tightened. We battened down the hatches this year.
Yeah, we were really kind of hemorrhaging money for most of the year, and we had to shut it down.
We had to shut it down.
It was the break room. It was the free sodas in the break room that killed us. And
we
never should have had a break room because we don't have an office. Just renting the break room just for that purpose was an insane
And then you'd go there and you'd just drink all the liqueurs.
Right. It was actually just one of those moving pods that we rented, and it would kind of rotate around the city. It was our functioning break room. It was just full of liqueur.
And the liqueur is more expensive than regular soda, and it doesn't even have the sugar in it.
To be fair, it wasn't even our pod. It's a pod that we found the key to. Somebody left the key in the lock. We've just been.
It's half full of boxes, and we call it the break room. We hang out in the break
room. But we do store our soda. That part is true. That is.
And we smoke cigarettes in there too a lot, because our significant others get mad when we do it. But the pod's a safe space.
I brought in a little microwave so we could microwave any fish dish leftovers that we had at home.
So
yeah, we drink liqueur and we eat microwave fish dishes and we smoke in our pod. What's it to you?
You all say, "Oh, but you haven't lived till you spend an afternoon with these two youngsters smoking, just cranking down a pack of Winstons and some reheated cod."
Winstons, the worst cigarette. Ugh.
Your problem with that is Winston cigarettes and not the reheated cod.
Not the reheated cod.
I mean, I reheat fish dishes at home. I'm not above it.
The point Ben's trying to make is this is a business and it's Christmas. And what do businesses do during Christmas? They have office parties.
We need to have a Christmas party. I know
we've never done it. We've never done that.
I know. And I know our HR admin, Ron Doyle, that Ron runs all of HR. He has been telling us we don't have the budget for this. But I say, well, what kind of year has it been? How can we not afford to have a Christmas party?
Seriously, it'll be worth it in what it does to our spirits for 2021.
Yeah. Let me ask you, just so we can get some biographical stuff in here about ourselves. Were you big Christmas people? Andrew, let's start with you. What was Christmas like in a doomsday prepper Christian militia family like you grew up? What did you all do? Like
You're pumping the gas on the hyperbole.
Did you sacrifice the goat? What time of day?
We grew up without a lot of money, so we did not get much in the way of gifts. But we did get gifts. We got gifts. I remember, I loved Christmas as a kid. I just remembered this the other day. I got the G.I. Joe Tomahawk helicopter. I wanted it so bad.
That thing was so awesome.
I wanted it so bad, and I could not believe my parents got it for me. Somehow they rassled up the money. They got it for me, and I was over the moon. It was all I'd wanted, and I put it on the floor of my bedroom. And that night, Christmas night, in the darkness, I walked into my room and I stepped on it and I broke the rotors off of it. Still one of the most painful moments of my life.
And
That's
now
awful.
You own 8 of them to make up for that.
If anyone has a line on the G.I. Joe Tomahawk, I need it.
Adam, what about you? Were they big? What's it like to grow up in a family of Satanist civil rights?
Yeah, when did they sacrifice the goat?
Yeah.
At Woodstock. No, Christmas was big in my house. My mom does an excellent Christmas, goes very overboard, gets us everything we need. It was a lovely holiday. I loved Christmas. We also did Hanukkah because my dad's Jewish. So I got Christmas and Hanukkah. But my dad would run Hanukkah. So like night 1 would be a good gift, and night 2 would be like gelt, like the golden coins, the chocolate coins.
Is
And
that
then-
I grew up in Maine. There was a Jewish person, and they lived 4 hours north of me.
Irv.
Yeah, Irv. Great guy. No, I mean there was just
Banger Irv.
Is gelt good? Is it?
Yeah, it's
tasty
just chocolate.
It's just like basic ass chocolate in gold foil. Phillips
Yeah, I mean
coins.
it's not amazing chocolate, but it's chocolate, and you're a child, and
Yeah.
it does the trick.
Was there a lot?
We got
of it
gelt,
when
and
you-
we weren't Jewish.
You did?
Was there a lot
Yeah.
of it?
That's not allowed. No, there's like a little sack. It's like 5 or 6 coins. But that would be night 2. And then night 3, he'd be like, I'm out. I don't have anything else. So like Hanukkah would just fizzle off, and we'd be like, well, Christmas is way better.
Did you do the dreidel? I was always jealous. The dreidel looked like it was so fun.
We'd do the dreidel. We'd light the menorah. We'd sing a song about the shamus.
What's the dreidel? I literally do not know.
It's
You
like
know
a
what a
top.
dreidel is?
Well, I know what it is, but is there a game thing to it, or how do you what
Yeah,
does it,
you spin the dreidel, and there's various characters on each side of it, like a die, and they kind of correspond to other things. And there's a whole game.
Oh, that's super cool. I did not know. I literally I mean, you talk about the most whitewashed Christian place in the United States. I do believe Maine would be
Well,
that.
why don't you tell us what your Christmas was like
Yeah.
growing up as just a diehard Henry Rollins in the woods?
Well, first we started by setting fire to various abandoned structures around town. That was
nice.
a typical thing that we did, and then we had to impregnate the heifer that sat tied to the side of the firehouse in town. That was a big thing. That the virgin heifer, the impregnation of the virgin heifer, is symbolic of the textile mills leaving for greener pastures overseas. And then
Nice.
Look, 2020 has been a crazy year. Is this true or not?
No, both my parents grew up in pretty tough households that didn't have a lot of money, and early on we were very like kind of upper middle class, and then my parents felt as if they were spoiling us around 7 or 8, because I remember one Christmas we asked, is that it, after our gifts were done? And then at that point, I think I was probably 9 or so. My parents were like, oh yeah, that's it. And then from that point on, I never really got like big gifts like that. I would get things that I needed and maybe one thing that I wanted. They would do like one thing. But for the most part, they really tried to stay, to try to keep us, because they both felt as if we were just becoming spoiled brats. And they were correct, I think, at that point. So, but yeah. So, but I mean, we never spent it at home. Until I graduated, I never had an actual Christmas at my house. We went to my grandmother's house in Fort Kent, Maine, which is right on the border of Canada, and we would go into Canada. And
Is that where Irv lives?
Irv is actually in Prescott. It's about an hour and a half south. And you can see his. You want to go see Irv? Let's get him on the line. Can we do line calls? Ron, punch up Irv. Punch up.
This is the weirdest first half we've ever done, and I love it. I love it. I love it.
Ron's just like, no, assholes.
Yeah. But I'm not really that big of a fan of Christmas.
Okay. Well, that's not the attitude or the energy with which we're going into this challenge. So dial back the honesty, get back into the goofiness.
Get back into the...
Let me just say this. I'm not a fan of Christmas for me, but going to a Christmas party, I love that. Getting drunk and handsy with my coworkers, my best dudes.
You can't do
Now,
either one of those things anymore.
You're kind of an office cut up, Ben, and I bet you're the guy who gets a little much in him, and all of a sudden some photocopies of old Ben Roy's butt cheeks are surfacing around the party. Am I right? Are you that guy?
I mean, you'll be sitting on your home printer and you'll probably crack it, but...
Yeah, but
it's not actually his. It's the one that we found in the pod that was being moved to another house.
That one, we don't have to replace that. I mean, we don't know whose pod that is. But No, I'm so excited to hang out with you guys at this Christmas party. I think here's what we should do to make this a Christmas party. We should set the parameters of this challenge now, because we've just trailed off into obscure garbage for long enough. Here's what I propose.
Agree to disagree.
Here's what I propose. We have a Christmas party. We get up, we get dressed, we look nice, right? And we come in and we have a nice little Christmas party. I know you, Adam, you'll probably be drinking because
of course, unrelated though.
Yeah,
but I think the real fun of any sort of Christmas gathering with coworkers and friends is gifts. So I propose that we have to give each other gifts, and I know it's been a hard year financially for the corporation. We all know that. So I propose we all have to give each other's gifts, and the gifts can be $0 in value. We have to make something or find something or give something of our own.
What if we steal something? We spend no money on it.
Hey, that's a story. You know, if you're going to go
100%.
in and shoplift, that's a story, bud.
Spend no money on the gift, however, whatever that means to you.
Okay, so here's the challenge. We're going to have a Grawlix GloboCorp Christmas party, dress up, and we're going to exchange gifts. We should do it Secret Santa style, though. We shouldn't know who gave the gift. We should have to try to guess who the gift is from.
Yeah, we're going to draw names, and you know what? For once, let's incorporate HR, Thorne and Harass, Ron Doyle.
Oh, I don't want
in the gift exchange. Come on,
I don't. I mean,
I think Ron is a crafty guy. I bet he can make a cool gift. Let's have him in on it.
I think he's.
Look,
I think
Ron,
as Adam. I think
Ron
as you
is
say,
one
he's a
this
shifty
party away
Reggie.
from walking in here with an AR-15. Let's just give him the fucking
I agree.
Secret Santa
I agree.
gift.
Okay,
I vote Ron is in on this.
if it's going to prevent a workplace massacre, then fine.
But what's
yes,
great is we don't have a workplace. He's just going to have to find the storage pod to kill us. Anyway.
Which, as we know, is a moving target. It's moved all over the city. Good luck finding it.
Yeah, we've never really told him where the break room is, and I'd prefer he didn't find out. He's just going to smoke all my Winstons.
Well, we just give him the location for the party, and then we move the break room. It's just a pod.
Yeah.
We can move it anywhere we want to. We
That's
give it
true.
one time only as a Christmas gift to HR, Thorne, and our side, not ass, Andrew. You've been warned about that. And then we hang out with Ron in the pod, and we do the party.
Okay, well, happy holidays. We got a challenge. But I think I know the gift that keeps on giving. That's comedy. Okay? So I think it's about time we take a quick little break. We listen to some stand-up comedy. And boy, howdy, I know we're all super excited for this particular comic. Was a stalwart of the Denver scene and moved to New York City a little bit ago. And I'm sure is just crushing it out there. But boy, do we miss her. Everybody listen to Mara Wiles. And when we come back,
We'll be partying.
holiday party time, baby.
Hell yeah.
You guys know anyone who starts decorating for Christmas like right away, right after Halloween? Oh, you know 'em? They think it's gonna bring their dad back, right? They're like, if he sees it just perfect, he'll come back from getting all those cigarettes finally. My family's never been like that. We actually have a kind of interesting tradition. We get our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve, which means we steal our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve. No one's around. They got families to attend to. You're small. You can just climb up that fence like a little monkey, get it, toss it back over to your dad, and you're on your way. I recommend it to everybody. It's a real holiday tradition. I love it. We do it every year, and you guys got to try it sometime. I really recommend it. I actually got a very special Christmas miracle recently this year. I was speaking with my father, and we were just really connecting on another level. And then out of nowhere, he says, "Hey, Mara." I was like, "What's up, Dad?" And he was like, "Can I ask you something?" I was like, "Anything." I thought we were going to have this big reveal. And he was just like, "Who do you think killed JonBenet Ramsey?" And it's like my prayers had been answered finally. I'm like, my sister has sports, and now I have this. We've got this, Dad. So I just buckled in. We figured it out. I'm not going to tell you guys, but Stay tuned for our TV show. He's a budget analyst. She's a creative. Let's see if they can get Burke finally. Oh, damn. That's the brother. He's the brother.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
Oh, man.
I'm amped.
We are
I
amped.
like Christmas music that could double in a slasher film. That's my personal favorite Christmas music. Okay.
Welcome back. We are now here. We're dressed
Wow.
up. People who are just listening can't see, but we are dressed up. Everyone except Andrew. Andrew is apparently Grawlix GloboCorp.
It's an audio medium. You could have just lied and said I was dressed
Except
up.
we're
Why did you
recording
have to
this and
ruin
putting it up for our Patreon people who will see what you're wearing at this party and what a shame it is.
But of course, we have decided that Andrew is the company's IT guy. He's Grawlix GloboCorp's IT guy.
This is my finest mouse-eaten sweater. Look at it looks like I got shot by a shotgun. It's full of holes. They love the wool, but the sweater is still wearable. Don't worry, I washed it.
Everybody was deeply concerned. I could tell that.
Ben,
and
you
we're
look great.
here. Now you're noticing our environs. If you are watching, and for those who aren't able to see on our Patreon, it's not what we wanted.
No, not at all. In fact, we had promised you that we would be partying in the GloboCorp break room, which is actually a pod, one of those moving pods that travels around the city. And that's where every year we have our Christmas party there. And we kind of rage out in the pod. It's a Grawlix tradition. And wouldn't you fucking know it? 2 days before our Christmas party, what's the governor do? Cranks the COVID dial up to aqua blue. Didn't even know that was a level. And they outlaw pod parties at that level. I mean, what the fuck is that? And we tweeted at him. And we said, listen, we'll stand at alternate corners of the pod. We will be 6 feet away from each other within the pod, and we won't move from that. They said they couldn't do it.
It would have been safe.
It's these kinds of Draculaonian rules that are really killing.
You nailed it.
That is
that are really killing podcasting and Grawlix GloboCorp. Our returns are way down.
The numbers are really, really down, and we're going to have to let some people go, and we're going to take into account attire when we think about that. But what really makes me upset is that, I thought these regulations are for the regular fucking assholes, not the guys that have been on TV. And I tweeted at the governor being like, yeah, but we're on HBO Max. Those who can't, we can have the party, right? And he said, no, you guys too. And that's not how I think the world works. And that's what really is disconcerting.
And I appreciate you saying that, because I want to call Governor Polis out right now.
Okay.
Open the pods back up.
How are we supposed to get back to normal if the pods are closed?
Do you know? Open the pods. That's all we're saying. Keep the schools closed. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Let
Keep
me
the
at least make the decision for myself whether I want to have a pod Christmas party. I'm an adult. I can make that decision whether I want to go into a pod at this point.
Right now, there's like dozens of raccoons without a place to go right now, and
I think you're making a lot of sense, Ben, but we don't have time to get into the level of mad that I am on that subject.
Yeah,
we should put it aside. It's a Christmas party.
We'll read your op-ed in the Denver Post.
Now
It'll be worth going through the paywall. Trust me.
This is an unfortunate episode as well because we made a lot of promises that the Winston smoking, the aforementioned.
And you said you were going to drink again.
Yeah, but probably the worst thing that we agreed to was to let stupid producer Ron be a part of this show and to speak. I don't know how you both feel about this.
It's really pulling the curtain back on the mystery for the listeners. It's a real Wizard of Oz moment here.
Yeah, because
at the end of the season, end of the year.
Totally, everyone's got their. I think the biggest question amongst Grawlix Saves the World fans is, what does Ron sound like? They all think about that all the time, and we're gonna
he has a deep voice. People are like this HGH machine who just cranks out and tan and buff. That's what people are thinking.
That's
so
what people.
So listen, let's stop.
And 2 out of those 3 ain't bad, baby.
So let's open it up. Let's say hello, Ron. Are you there? Would you like to say hi to the fans?
Welcome to the party. Come on, join in.
Hi, hey.
Okay, that's enough.
To talk.
He just talks so much.
All right, Ron.
Talks poison.
We'll circle back with you, Ron, and we'll talk to you again later. But right now, I think we're going to get back to the dynamic that
Let's get to the most important part of any holiday
fallen in love
party.
with.
That's how this was going to go. You guys, I'm going to go ahead and crack a beer. And
Heck
you
yeah,
talk,
everybody's got a
talk.
libation. For people who are just listening, we're dressed up. We've all got a drink right now. We're all ready to go and dressed up for the company Christmas party, which is kicking off right now and in full swing. I mean, this is a great party despite it not being in a pod.
The gang's all
The dis-
here.
and
Ben,
the
Andrew,
distance, yeah.
Ron.
Yeah, everybody's here. The whole company's
The whole
here.
company's here, and it's nice to see everyone out with this sort of holiday cheer. Andrew, why don't you remind the listener what the challenge was? Because I think they're going to get, what was the challenge? Throw a weird party that's not in a pod? No, that's not the challenge.
That was not the challenge. The challenge was to participate in a secret Santa gift-giving operation wherein we could not spend any money on the gift.
Right.
At all. Not you
Because we
couldn't
all
go
know
to a craft
Adam would
store.
just
you
if
couldn't-
we could spend money, Adam would crush it and he would just buy the win. He would just spend $1,200 to get me a dirt bike.
$1,200. I mean,
so we
not a good dirt bike, mind you, apparently.
$1,200. You mean
used
all
one off
my
Craigslist.
relief money from the government? No, thank you. That's all I've made in 9 months, Andrew. I'm holding on to that.
So, yeah.
So that's the challenge. A secret Santa gift swap. And we couldn't spend any money, and now we will attempt to guess. I guess there's a sub-challenge. Let's see who can successfully guess who the gift is from. Did we all receive a gift? Did anyone blow this challenge so poorly that someone is left without
I
a
would
gift?
never do that to you. No, I received a gift and I
received
gave a gift.
I think I had a Target bag in my mailbox, which I brought inside like it contains a gift. I have yet to see.
And
if
whatever
it's a
was
gift
inside of it chewed holes in my sweatshirt.
Listen. We should let the listeners know, when you only have 4 people for a secret Santa mission and you're all in quarantine, it's kind of hard delivering the presents without revealing who gave what to whom. So last night we just kind of last minute said, they're due now. They're due right now.
Yeah.
And we all, under the cover of darkness, delivered presents to one another.
Yep.
And it caused for a little bit of hysteria amongst the Grawlix.
Well,
Yeah,
when
Andrew
you say
got very
just
worked
wait,
up.
yeah, when you say the Grawlix, you mean it caused for some hysteria with Andrew.
So
Let's
Andrew
just-
got
so
hysterical.
upset.
I
about
was
everything.
worried that one of my riffraff neighbors would steal the present, so I wanted to keep an eye out for
Andrew,
We're
it.
you
back
can't-
over it.
You can't call
Yeah,
them
yeah,
riffraff
exactly.
anymore. They took
Yeah,
the word
way
back.
more likely. I was the sneaking around that I was worried about, you know?
I think it went. I think as far as the drop goes, mine was here. I felt okay about dropping
let's
it off. And
let's take a look at the gifts and
yeah, so everybody,
guess who they're from.
Now, once again, just to remind everybody, you are not allowed to spend any money. You could not spend money at a craft store. This had to be
not a dime.
Completely acquired by stuff you had laying around, or you had to make something. It had to be, and
the powers of your
I think
imagination.
Yes, exactly. Using your imagination. Making something from the heart, or giving something that's important to you or not important to you, so especially where money's tight.
Anything.
Yeah.
So let's, should we go around and guess just based on sight, just based on the present itself, who do you think it's from?
Okay.
Go first.
Give a
if you
little
don't
visual
like.
description for the folks listening at home that can't see the photos.
For sure.
Can't see the
I'll go
presents.
first.
Andrew,
I have
Andrew,
here
go first.
a Target shopping bag that has been knotted closed. And it's lumpy, and I'm gonna guess that this is from Ben, because Ben doesn't strike me as this doesn't seem like a wrap the presents kind of guy.
What
He
the
seems
fuck
like
does that mean?
hey, I tied the bag shut kind of guy, which I mean, sometimes you gotta be that kind of person.
I don't know
So
why.
my guess is Ben. I guess that Ben was my Secret Santa, and yeah, that's the only clue I really had to go on was the true do not give a fuck nature of this.
Okay, wait. Why don't we then just stay on Andrew and have him open it up and see, and then go down the line?
Okay.
But don't tell me if I'm right or wrong.
No.
until
We'll
everyone is
tell
over.
at the end once everybody's done.
All right.
Okay,
Let me
so
unknot, and I think it's Ben because this knot is tight. You don't
Well, I
tie
have
a knot this
jujitsu
tight
grips.
without
That's
a little blunt force CrossFit. This is an
probably a
iron
good
knot.
grip.
Yeah. Okay. I've got the knot open.
Let's see.
And just a gust of COVID air comes out of my face.
Oh my God, you're so nervous. This is great. That's why he probably.
Well, now we have the wrapping. So it's the big plot twist. I think they put it in the Target bag to maybe like waterproof it, protect it from the snow. Now we have a very thoughtful gift giver, and now I don't know what to think. So it's got a curly ribbon. And
This
it's got
has really turned into what shitty things you think about the other person. Okay.
Andrew Overdahl's great big book of holiday coupons. Oh, I hope there's a back massage one in here. And a curly ribbon. Curly ribbon. This is
Hold it up. Let's see it.
Okay. One working lunch, redeemable only when working on a script or project with me. 1 hour-long dog walk. Oh, someone has made a generous mistake. The holder of this coupon may introduce themselves in whatever order they see fit for one episode of the Grawlix Saves the Word podcast. Yeah, but that's me. I get to be, I don't know what that one does. Picture the way your grandpa would give a hand job in a World War II trench to keep his wounded friend alive. That's how this will go. So somehow I missed the part about getting a hand job. Oh, wait, no, it's here. It was stuck to the back of this one.
Oh, the hand job tag got
redeemable for one discreet, efficient tugger. Nothing sexual about it. It will be gruff, almost blue collar, just a man getting a job done. No photos, no posting on social media. And then it was the back thing about your grandpa saving someone's life inexplicably through a hand job.
So it's a coupon book.
Here I wanted a back massage, but now I'm getting
You're getting a front
tugger.
massage.
Yeah. Now I'm back to thinking it could be Ben. I went.
What?
And this is dog food samples, which I mean now I have to guess Adam because the only member of Grawlix GloboCorp that would have dog food samples in their home is Adam because he also has dogs. So based on this evidence,
But that's a tough one because they're not used. So maybe somebody acquired them who didn't want
for you.
them.
That's true. They could have been at the store. I'm gonna guess based on the fine penmanship of the coupon book, which I attribute with Adam, and the dog food samples, and the curly ribbon, which I think he had his wife do for him. I'm gonna guess Adam was my Secret Santa.
Okay. All right.
That's my
So
guess.
Andrew's guess was Adam, a gruff HJ in the trenches.
From Grandpa saving the life of his
Well,
buddy,
it was a
which
I
that
think
we
it was
could
more
spend all
just
day
for-
on that scenario where that saves a life somehow. Like, oh, there's too much pressure in your balls, Scotty, and he's just Yeah, I don't know.
I like that it's Scotty.
You took some kraut shrapnel in your taint, and the only way to relieve the pressure is okay.
Okay, Adam. Do you want to go next? Would you like?
Sure. I got this big green, nicely wrapped box. It was in a black trash bag on the porch.
I mean, if I was a kid, I'd be excited. At
Yeah.
the size.
Yeah,
This is
that's a
definitely-
pretty good sized box.
You see this under the tree, you're doing all right on Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's
So yours was also in a bag. Consider a gift giver weatherproofing it.
Indeed. Now I have a theory because contrary to Andrew's hysteria, I went to bed last night having not received a gift, and I just trusted the universe. I said, you know what? When I wake up, like Christmas morning, there'll be a gift on my porch. And sure,
or you don't really care that much if you got, like you got it. I mean, it's one of the two.
Or I thought, I'm really going to learn how my friends feel about me when they just leave me out of this challenge completely.
That's your punishment
And
for
the
not
present-
participating in the last episode.
The present is knowing your friends don't care about you in the least. But then, seeing as it arrived when I woke up and I get up pretty early, I speculate that it's old Ben Roy, because who else is up at dawn driving to the suburbs to fight men during a pandemic? You know what I mean? So I thought maybe early riser Ben was like, I don't need to drop it off.
I was at the gym this morning. That is a pretty good guess.
Okay, so
Adam
he's
is
opening it
opening
up.
it.
The box
Okay.
says
Wrapping
just
the
what
present.
you've been waiting for on the outside of it.
What does it
I
say?
know you're always armed. Just what you've been waiting for on the outside of the box. That's what it says.
Let me,
And it's printed, but it's printed on there. Yeah, it's not written.
Oh.
It's,
Okay.
Let me get my
pulls out a
opening
knife.
knife.
French cheese knife.
Which, as you know, is the softest cheese, Andrew. So really, the knife doesn't need much.
We call that, because Adam's holding it, it's now a narcuterie knife. Hey, oh, come on. Can I get the pun horn?
Okay, I think we could give Ben a demerit just for being that guy at the holiday party.
Narcuterie.
Jesus,
Inside
There's another
this box
inside of it.
is another box.
Another box. This is
which
so
says
exciting.
which says Fab Fit Fun on it. Which I don't know.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
that weird company? Okay, opened it. Oh my God, this is definitely a classic Ben Roy, because here's
there's
another.
another box inside of it.
I've seen videos of Ben's
You know,
son opening up his
I-
gifts, and
now,
it's this Russian
now I'm on the
nesting
third
doll
box, and I must say, very nicely wrapped. Nicely wrapped effort
Really?
here.
Got
Got
to that.
and there's a card. I knew it's Ben.
No, it's not. How do you know it's me?
There's a card that says Adam. Nailed it.
Now let's see. What's the
Dear,
card say?
dearest Adam, what do you give the man who has everything? The man with the beautiful family, the beautiful house, the man with the flourishing fame and promising career. What does a man like that truly need? Merry Christmas, my friend.
Oh wow!
And you see
That's a mystery.
the mystery continues.
I get why all these little dork kids watch all
Dude,
those
this is
unboxing videos.
ridiculous.
This is making me
This
so
is-
hard.
and especially over an audio medium like this. I mean, the
Okay,
pregnant
okay.
gaps of
Here's
silence.
another box.
There's another box inside
Getting
the
out of
box.
control.
Inside the box. Now, whoever did this truly had
Just a flair
new-
for showmanship.
Now, unfortunately, and I won't
Nothing
show
to
it,
do.
this box has a label on it, and it's who this box was sent to. And it's Ron Doyle.
SpaghettiOs.
It's fucking Ron Doyle.
Adam, were you correct on who you assumed it was?
Who is it from?
It's from Ron Doyle, this box.
Wait. This could be some red herring shit. You don't think Ben would rustle around in Ron's recycling like a raccoon to get a box?
I'm using my knife to open this again. Yay! Wait a minute. 10 pairs of cushioned cotton crew socks.
What?
I love that
Wait,
you
your
would-
gift giver had this unopened package of 10 cushioned socks?
Oh my God. It gets better. The Book of Mormon.
Wow.
Another testament of Jesus Christ.
Someone's ready for his mission.
Yeah.
You've got the socks and the book.
You're ready to
Time
do
to
some
get out
door
there.
knocking.
Well, Everyone knows once you read the Book of Mormon of Latter-day Saints, you start jerking off into tube socks. And so I'm excited.
It's not that. It's after Jesus washed the feet of people. He put a fresh pair of socks on them.
Cut Hanes socks on them. Yeah.
Look at the amount of trash now on my floor. That's just
that's a lot of trash.
That's all packaging.
Okay, so who's your guess?
Who's your guess, Adam?
Based off the address of the box that said Ron Doyle, producer Ron, I'm going to go with producer Ron. And I should have known that Ron keeps Nighthawk hours as well. And he probably dropped it off in the dead of night while I slept. And he probably stayed out there for a while.
It's not bad.
Porch.
It's not bad. We're going to hold those guesses. So right now, Andrew has guessed Adam. Adam has guessed Ron. Ron, you're up. Here we go. Let's see what's going on with yours.
Okay, so I have a very nice box here. It's like a proper Christmas box. It says ho ho ho. It's got a Santa on it. It says producer Ron ! I'm already guessing that this is Andrew because he's the only member of the Grawlix who uses my actual title when referring to me. So I'm guessing it's him.
That's not true. I call you shitface Ron all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not what the box. That's not what the box says. It says producer Ron. So
and I call you Ron. I could use help on my website, Ron, all the time.
The handwriting doesn't really look like Andrew's, so I'm a little thrown off.
Maybe he had Amelia write it.
I'm not exactly sure. So let's go ahead and open this up.
Maybe Eliza. Is she still around? Is that one still poking around?
That's
okay.
hilarious.
So right now he's cutting open the box. Everybody is armed. And
at a Grawlix company Christmas party, you do not come without a weapon.
You come with a knife because things.
Yeah, I know how this works.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So
remember 2005, guys, when no one brought a knife?
This is a fine box. I got to say, it's gonna get reused. This is exciting.
Okay.
Except for some.
So you've already got a gift.
So there's a little packet. There's like a wrapper here, and on there's some tissue paper, and it says Core Holiday Survival Kit. What I like and what I need are two different things. The Wild Bunch.
What the fuck?
So that's a quote from the Wild Bunch on there?
That's a quote from the Wild Bunch.
Ah, that's odd.
Looks like somebody has a new stepdad.
And okay. Oh, woo! Look at that. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Okay.
A lot going on in there.
There's a lot going on in here. There's some like there's Chex Mix. There's a little Chex Mix in there.
It looks like it has already been partially opened and consumed.
It looks like it's already been maybe tasted. There's also some sort of cookie, maybe a Pfeffernuss cookie in there, maybe, I don't know. And then there's some more. This is some other sort of Moose Tracks. What is this kind of cereal?
Muddy Buddies, it looks like.
Yeah.
The Chex.
Yes.
They look like Muddy Buddies.
Producer Ron hit
delicious.
the fucking jackpot.
A DVD of The Wild Bunch.
Wow.
Which is a classic American Western.
Peck and Paw. That's some Peck and Paw.
There's a Swiss Miss hot cocoa mix. It's one of those little Keurig
It's
pods.
a K-cup, so hopefully you have a
K-cups.
K-cup coffee maker.
Definitely don't.
Drill some holes in it and put them in a vice grip.
And some weed.
Holy shit.
I mean, is Ron? So do we even know if producer Ron is a sober person?
Wait. So in there's like snacks.
There's snacks,
a Western,
an old Western
joint.
movie, and a joint and a hot cocoa mix that I'm gonna have to
that you can't use. But once you're high enough, you will definitely open the top like a squirrel and eat the powder out of it.
Yeah.
Boy,
What a
this is
gift.
hard. This is tough to say. I'm having a hard time deciding. It still feels very much like an Andrew gift. He's a very thoughtful gift giver. He likes to give things. He's big into food. However, the Wild Bunch is a wild card. I would have expected Andrew to send me board games or something that he knows some of my nerd stuff. So I'm actually going to shift my guess to Ben.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weird. All right. So right now, Ron has picked me, Ben, and now it's my turn. So my package is very it's very well wrapped. First of all, it's very clean wrapping. If I were to guess just based off the wrapping and the handwriting, it says to Ben's from Secret Santa, and it does have the number written here, which is meticulous to me, of my apartment. I would guess that based on the wrapping and what it feels like is inside, my guess would be Adam, because it feels book-like. And I'm just going by the outside, and it's wrapped very well, and the handwriting is very neat. So I'm going to guess just off the wrapping that it's Adam. But then again, like I said, it could be totally off on this. So I'm going to open it, and let's see what's inside here. And they are books. And whoever, you all know me, and you know I've been reading. I've started reading at 40 years old.
Some of you maybe possibly have heard Ben is reading a book every week.
Ben's been reading.
Okay, this is really this is super awesome. Man, this is hard. Okay, so the first book is "Freedom is a Constant Struggle" by Angela Y. Davis.
Tell us about it. We can't party in a pod anymore.
And then this is amazing because it looks like an old copy of The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. So
nice.
I'm still leaning towards, man, this is tough. I'm still leaning towards Adam, but then it could be any one of you because you all have pretty good book collections and decent taste in books. This is really tough because they're also like very thoughtful books. I'm going to stick with Adam, although it could be any one of you because this one is knowing that what you're all into for reading and that you all have read quite a few, quite a lot and quite a wide array of things. It could be Adam. I'm going to take my guess at Adam, but I know it could be.
So let's go around. I'll start and I'll say who my Secret Santa was.
Okay.
And do we reveal ourselves?
Oh, wait, you're going to say who you picked.
Yeah.
Okay, so Starting off, can we get some drum roll, Ron? I know you're
but some like rum-pa-pum-pum drum roll, not the normal one. Little drummer boy.
Okay, so we got
and then end with like a car backfiring.
It's not as suspenseful, but it is festive.
Okay, Andrew, who was it? Who was your Secret Santa?
It was you, Ben. I gave you those books.
What?
And I dropped them off before dark because I didn't want to get caught in rush hour. And I was so scared of getting caught by you seeing me in the window that I ran back to my car and ate shit on the ice on your sidewalk. Tell your landlord to shovel your fucking walk. I just
and Andrew is currently involved in litigation with my landlord. You're not allowed on my property anymore. She's made that very clear.
So yeah, those two books, I really love those books. And I knew a few things about you. You hate anything superfluous in your house. So I was like, I'm not going to give him even a thing that I find in my house because he doesn't like things and he doesn't like just shit like that. I've been in your apartment.
Yeah,
and I know you love books. So I picked two books that I really loved.
Man, this is really cool. Thank you. I'm super stoked. And they're both they both look like they're fairly quick reads, so I could add them to my collection before the end of the year. So, dude, thank you, Andrew. This is super radical.
You've never read either one of them?
No.
Sweet.
No.
Win.
I'm excited. This will be great. This is awesome. Like, I love books as a gift more than anything. So, huge kudos, Andrew. You did amazing. Should I go now since he picked?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want me to just go? My gift, Ron, you were correct. I was your Secret Santa.
Yeah, the Western DVD gave it away for
and
me.
Here's the big thing. So the one that you said was open was just that when I was putting it in, that little tag that says homemade popped. So I just taped it because I didn't want it to open. The Wild Bunch I put in there because Sam Peckinpah is amazing, and that movie is so good. And
great film. My dad and I used to watch that movie. I'm really excited to see it. I haven't probably seen it in 30 years. So I'm really
Oh man,
stoked.
well,
So
I
that's
hope you
awesome.
enjoy it. It's one of my favorites, and I'd kind of like it back. So why don't you go? So Ron, well, I guess there's not a ton left to decide here.
No, the process of elimination has pretty much figured it out. Also, me failing to eliminate all the address labels on the boxes that I used to give Adam his gift. Yeah, I was Adam's Secret Santa.
Well, thank you so much for the tube socks and the Book of Mormon, Ron.
So, Ron, do you how many underclothes do you have still in their packaging and just ready to be accessed?
Okay,
Let's
I'm just
be
gonna.
honest.
So I know you guys are gonna interrupt me and not let me talk because that's what you do. But I'm just gonna explain very quickly that you picked, of all the challenges you've done over the entire year of this awful year of 2020, you picked the challenge that is the hardest and the worst for me. I hate gift giving. I'm not good at it. It stresses me out.
You
And
gave him the
I
Book of
could
Mormon.
not decide what to do. So I literally just went around my house looking for things that weren't used. And I happened to have, just in the back of the closet, a pack of socks that my mother-in-law bought for me maybe 5
Didn't
years
realize
ago.
it was that good a year financially for the Doyles. Just keeping.
Wow, must be nice to have extra socks.
Well, you know,
packaged
everybody
in the
could use
back
a
of
nice, clean pair of socks. I feel
You know
like,
that's
it's
the
hard times.
liquidity right now. You know that, and you gave him the gift of life ever after. I mean, these are
These are fruit of the loom.
The Book of
cushion
Mormon
cotton.
is also another thing that's just been sitting on my bookshelf.
Did you steal that from a Motel 6?
No, I think I got it.
yeah.
I think I got it from an
Were you at a La Quinta in
ex-girlfriend.
Provo, Utah, and you just robbed it?
No, my ex-girlfriend from Reno, Nevada, who's obsessed with religions. I inherited a lot of her books, and it's just one that's been sitting on my shelf. I was like, maybe I'll read that someday just to check out what the hell's going on with Mormonism. Haven't cracked it open once, so pass it along. I will say I felt weird about giving those gifts, and I intended to give Adam a more sincere, like genuine gift, but you guys are hard to keep up with, so I had to go for the gag. So
I love the gag. I thought it was very much Ben Roy when I saw all the
Yeah,
back.
that's a classic Ben move.
It's a classic Ben goof. So
It's actually a classic Crystal Allen move. My wife, she's the one that. And when I was watching it, I was like, this will look like it's me because my wife does that to our son all the time, but it's not
it is
me
a
who does that.
classic kid who grew up poor and whose parents were trying to just make the present stretch a little longer by making you unwrap more than one thing.
Well,
all
it made
it
me
was.
laugh, and I really can't wait when this podcast is over to have to break down all this cardboard and donate these socks and figure out what to do with it. Find a little free library for the Book of Mormon. So thank you for the 3 errands that I now have to do.
throw
I
the
mean,
with
you
Book
this-
could
of
use
Mormon.
that Book of Mormon to start your fireplace pretty well.
That's true. It is kindling.
It'll burn
But
hot.
you got me good, Ron. Nicely done. Let's never have him speak on the pod again.
He shouldn't be here ever again. I think that's been the real gift throughout the years. is-
I'll just go back to drinking. Okay.
Adam?
I was Andrew's Secret Santa.
Yep.
And last night, as Andrew was hysterically texting the group, I was in the process of delivering it. And
You did it. I will say you did an amazing job of texting and driving to keep up the ruse.
Thank you. And on those icy roads, hats off.
We salute you.
thank
because
you. I've been multitasking. And I was getting so irate because then I dropped it off and he's like, it's not here. And I was like, motherfucker, it is there. Go check your mailbox. But when I pulled up to Andrew's house, both his Huskies are out front. The motion lights on, and I was like, oh, there's no way he doesn't see me. So I turned my lights off and crept up to the mailbox. And I was just like, one of his sketchy neighbors is going to shoot me for this right now.
See? I'm not alone thinking of this.
Yeah, but you are alone in that we should only be afraid of your house. Well, what's funny, though, is his dogs started coming up to the fence, and they were like sniffing. I was like, shh, hi guys, hi, it's me. And then that didn't do anything. So they started yapping. And then I was like, oh, no.
yeah.
And I sprinted and jumped in the car and drove off. But I don't think you saw me. I don't
There
think you
was
saw me.
I had no idea, but I could tell my dogs were like agitated and they were like kind of prancing around like, oh, somebody we know was here. And I was like,
They do
interesting.
prance after they see Adam.
They do.
That is,
they
dogs
They
often
get
prance.
into their fancy prance.
And I put the little
thank
thing
you
up
for the
on your old school mailbox, which our listeners will remember from the
has
incident when
been hit by my neighbor 2 separate times.
But I put the little flag up to indicate you have mail. You've got mail. And I was hoping that would let you know, but I'm glad you found
I couldn't
buddy.
see it from inside my house, so yeah, I guess I didn't think it'd be left in the mailbox because that's, I believe, is a federal offense, but that's okay.
You guys-
That's why I wrapped it in the Target bag, because I was like, maybe I have to just throw this into his yard. And
Well,
hope for the best.
that was what I was going to say. Like, I had prepared in my mind before I drew what I was going to do for each of you. And so I knew for Ron, I was going to try to make something just, for he and his wife at home, something. I don't have liquor. I would have put booze in there or something, but I don't drink. So I only had like these 2 extra pieces of weed. Adam, I was going to do something insane. Andrew, you're lucky you didn't get me because I was just going to egg your house. That was what I was going to do, was show up, park down the street, run up and just egg your house with a dozen eggs.
Oh my
And then when you're like, I didn't get a gift and someone egged my house. But I didn't get picked. And
Well, let's never do this again then. I think that's been the real lesson.
Andrew, I do have one request. I would like you to read the full hand job coupon because I really put work into that.
I will.
for us.
It was very funny. Let me grab it.
No, everybody can just see it when we launch our OnlyFans page.
there you go.
Getting my World War II rum tum tugger over here.
So Andrew,
Okay,
read the
it's a
full
working
tag.
lunch. That's a good one. The hour-long dog walk. Oh, it expired 12/7 of 20. So the
Sorry.
hour-long dog walk.
I was willing to do it, but it expired.
Yeah. Okay. And now I understand this one. The holder of this coupon may introduce themselves in whatever order they see fit for one episode of the Grawlix Saves the Word podcast.
Yeah, you can go
That's so
first.
that I can come in earlier and
Yeah,
this is
And
gonna be huge.
I want to say this, Adam. I appreciate you giving that gift, but you don't hold the entire sway over that.
Well, we've got 2/3 of the vote.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
It's like I'll be kicking one off in the future. And now we have the last coupon, which I missed. Redeemable for one, parentheses 1, discreet, efficient tugger. Nothing sexual about it. It'll be gruff, almost blue collar. Just a man getting a job done. No photos, no posting on social media. Again, if you're expecting this to be amorous in any way, truly get that idea out of your head. Picture the way your grandpa would get a job in a World War II trench to keep his wounded friend alive. That's how this will go. There's honor and dignity in this HJ I will give you.
And that's good. That has no expiration
Truly-
date.
There's
Truly
no
a coupon book for the
expiration date
ages.
on that, Adam.
No, that one, I mean, I'll be cashing this one in my 60s when I'm pretty lonely and, probably living in a pod somewhere. And Adam's going to get that slipped under his door for a life-saving blue-collar
He's in an
HJ.
assisted living facility and he
Yeah.
just sees that slid under and you just hear him goes, why, I haven't seen that in 30 years.
So my only last question, Adam, did you curl that ribbon yourself?
Katie curled the ribbon.
Oh, I called it. I nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, tell Katie, excellent ribbon curls. That takes some practice.
You kidding me? I'd cut my fingers off trying to do that with scissors. No way. Katie did that.
Tell Katie excellent ribbon curls is actually a line from a Gaslight Anthem song. Not many
right.
people know that. It's very Americana.
Yeah.
Tell Katie I said excellent ribbon curls.
I just in my defense, I picture in a trench, the guy's gonna die. Maybe like the ambulance is 2 minutes away. How do you keep this guy alive for 2 minutes longer? You jerk off your buddy in the trench, and I feel like he stays awake and alive for that to get the help that's on the way.
I
That's
appreciate that.
I'm
this
not
is
a
the process-
doctor.
whatever
Yeah.
process you have to go through, Adam.
What episode of MASH was that?
I
What
just
are you
think-
talking about?
Just hold on, James. Just hold on, and you jerk him off, and then the ambulances arrive. And they
I
save
thought
his
like maybe
ass.
the slap on the cheek would do it, like you normally see. But
No.
yeah, you're right. Maybe sometimes people just need a blue collar tug job.
Now I want to ask this. This is the first time, and I will admit, in probably where I've never spent any actual money on a Christmas gift where I just gave something for myself or like regifted something somebody had gave me because I had a lot from my sister-in-law making me these wonderful treats. They're delicious, by the way, Ron. Let me ask you, go around and ask, is this something now that we've done it that you could see yourself doing again as a way to give gifts? Like, because it brought a lot of laughs for us. And if it's a friend, so Andrew, would you do this again as a way to give gifts?
Yeah, I think in the Secret Santa realm, it works especially well because people kind of, with a White Elf gift or Secret Santa gift, I think you do get the points for it being funny. It would just need to be the right person. Like I've known you all for so long that my gift wasn't funny. I didn't go the funny route. But again, I was just like, Ben doesn't even want a funny fucking card.
Are you kidding? Everybody tells me The Prophet by Khalil Gibran is a real cut up.
It's a roll on the floor. But it is nice. Like I want nothing in my house. I have enough stuff. I don't want anything. So Adam's gift was the right move. I'm going to give those dog food samples to my dogs as treats over time because they already get good food. And then the coupon book is just good laughs. It's a funny gift.
Good laughs.
So
do you hear that, Adam?
Good laughs. Good times, good laughs.
I stand behind every one of those coupons. And if you really think about it, there's a free meal coming for you when we can get back together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the working lunch coupon alone, this is like there's money spent on this gift because I'm
surprised you didn't guess
Sushi
Adam
Den.
just on that alone. I would never write a script with you. Adam, what about you? Now,
That's a good point.
As the recipient of cardboard, socks, and a Book of Mormon, yeah, I would know. I wish I had a Starbucks gift card, Ron.
But he can't spend money. He can't do that.
No, I
That's the
enjoy
whole
this. I
point.
actually did enjoy this challenge because it made us think outside the bun. You know what I mean? It got us outside the bun for a little bit. And it's fun to be in Taco Town sometimes. And you quote me on that.
Wow.
But Merry Christmas to you, Adam. Ron, what about you?
I think I have a copy
Well,
of the
that's about enough of
Quran.
that.
Okay,
Thanks for
well,
contributing.
this has already been a long
that's fine.
episode.
I will say that I fucking love this. I think it was super fun, and it was a fun way to think outside and give a gift. And if Ron was a burnout and could handle what I'm sure is maximum strength weed from
Kush.
around the corner, Kush, crush your soul, Kush.
Talk about the Wild Bunch. Ron
yeah.
and his poor wife just going off the cliff on this.
Shell
fucking-
shock.
Yeah, dude. Puff and tough. Watching that scorpion being eaten by the ants at the beginning. But I really liked this. I liked guessing with everybody, like seeing people's reactions to it. I think this was super fun. And we didn't spend any money because obviously money is extremely scarce right now. So
Most importantly, this is to celebrate the birth of Christ, who we're learning may not be the only story out there.
There's that book. There's that Book of Mormon.
it's an ever.
Have you been skimming it already?
The plot thickens, guys.
He came to America. He hung out with the indigenous people here. These are
Well,
facts.
you know that Coming to America, the movie, was loosely based on the Joseph Smith story.
I did know that. And that's why they cast Arsenio Hall, because he looks so much like Joseph Smith. It's all connected.
It is. It's an ever-expanding saga, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it, Adam.
Oh, can't wait. I'll have a full report for Patreon. It'll be 2 hours of me just reading to camera.
Not blinking once.
Nope.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ding dong, it's me, Elder Cadenhall. Okay.
if you do this, if any of you out there make all your gifts or you do anything similar, please hit us up on social media. Hit us up on Twitter or send us messages on Patreon if you're a subscriber. Tell us what you do. We'd love to hear about
If
that.
you've ever received a coupon book, what's the best coupon that you've ever received? I mean, does it beat a hand job? Because I'd like to hear it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Here's what we're going to do. Let's cut out this bullshit and get to some stand-up comedy. This next comic, oh, buddy, probably the best comic that ever lived. And that's not being hyperbolic. You know him. You love him. He is Coach Farabelle from Those Who Can't on HBO Max, Andrew Orvidal.
And when we come back, we'll fill you in on our next episode's challenge.
Oh, man. Everyone on my street has a nativity scene in their yard. Super considerate. Now I know who not to invite to any parties in the coming year. So thank you for advertising that. Perfect. Nativity scene, weird. It's just as weird as like wearing a cross. Like, hey, Jesus, remember how you died? I'm thinking about it all the time. Nativity scene, similarly weird. Hey, Jesus, this is the moment you were born. You're lying in a horse trough full of animals. How'd you like it if the scene of your birth was rendered in plastic on somebody's fucking lawn? There's your plastic mom in the bed, like holding onto your plastic dad with both hands, like screaming. Ah! Your dad, he's just a kid. He's not ready for this shit. They paint a faraway look on his face. He's like, he's regretting everything. There's blood everywhere. It just comes with blood gel you can just spray around. Disgusting.
All right. What an episode. I am filled
Rumpa-pum-pum.
I am filled with kith and mirth. I don't know what any of these words mean, but what a fun time. Thank you all for
I told you
listening.
you had too much kith and mirth. I said it was going to expand in your stomach, and you should go easy on it.
But thank you all for joining us on this one. It means a lot. We hope you have a great holiday.
And I am full of the truth after having read the Book of Mormon in the break, and I rescind what I said. Ron, great gift, best gift, the gift of truth, the gift of salvation. I would like to plug a piece that I wrote. I wrote a piece in McSweeney's. I've always wanted to be in McSweeney's, and I wrote a humor piece in there. It's called Home Away from Home Alone, a college admissions essay by Kevin McAllister. So if that intrigues you, go to McSweeney's and find that piece and give it a click.
Terrific. Kudos, Adam. It is super funny.
Thank you, dudes.
We do have a Patreon that I wanted to plug. For all of you who have supported us on there throughout the year, thank you a zillion. Your support is huge. And we are going to kind of be retooling that starting next year. Some of the things are going to stay the same. We're still going to be giving away prizes at a certain tier, but we're going to have some new cool stuff coming right around the corner in January of 2021.
You can also listen and subscribe to this podcast for free anywhere that you get your podcast. And please, please, please be sure to go and rate and review our podcast wherever you listen. It is huge. That is a big deal for us. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Grawlix Comedy. Reach out to us. Tell us if you've done the challenges with us. Tell us if you practice whatever it is that if you do the things that we're working in that episode. We love to hear from you. Please just reach out.
As always, huge thanks to our producer, Ron Doyle. We've sent him back down to the producerial cellar where he locks himself into the ankle shackle voluntarily at this point. But thank you so much for everything you do. I mean, you make the podcast sound great, even remotely. We've had to endure so many crazy technical ups and downs and trials during Quar, and Ron has soldiered through it, and he's made this podcast sound great, episode after episode after episode. So thank you. Hats off to you, Ron.
And as always, our theme music is provided by the magnanimous Charlie Continental.
Oh, I like that one this time. You always have the best ones for him.
I do
He
words.
is magnanimous. Okay, so what are we going to do? It's going to be a brand new year, the first episode of the year. What's coming up? What are we doing here?
Well, I think we all know 2020 has been a year that's been full of lies and half-truths from the highest office, fake news, all of that stuff. I think we're all pretty sick of it and ready to get back to something that you can sink your teeth into that has meaning and is actual. So we're going to live our lives according to our horoscopes for 1 week.
Oh, great. Finally,
we're going to look to the stars.
Some facts.
We're going to look to the stars for the actual truth for a week.
But Adam, does that have, I mean, how does your Mormon faith
This is going to be a tough one for Adam to reconcile. A lot of soul searching between which trough of horseshit to take a ladle from.
Well, you're going to have to tune in next episode to figure that out, which will be coming out January 12th, 1 week delay as we adjust for the new year.
Yeah. But, and this feels weird. This is the last time I'm going to say it for 2020, but it's the reason I showed up for 12 months this year. And thank you all for being here. Say it with me if you're listening. Play us out, Charlie.